I am not going to allow some, and I say some, the chairman of this committee is a serious legislator who wants answers. Some are not. And some are trying to rewrite what has happened in our country over the last 8 years, erase what happened in this building on January 6th. One member of this body in Congress said the Republican district attorney in Butler County should immediately file charges against Joseph Biden for inciting assassination. Another said Congressman Scalise, Justice Kavanaugh, and now President Trump, for years Democrats and their allies have recklessly stoked fears, calling President Trump and others threats to democracies. Another said Democrats and liberals in the media have called Trump a fascist. They've compared him to Hitler. They've tried to lock him up. A radical shift in what has really happened in our country. In fact, the former president's current vice presidential nominee is the one who said that Donald Trump might be America's Hitler, might be a cynical a-hole, cultural heroin he's responsible for, nauseous and reprehensible. I joined the chairman in seeking unity as the antidote to political violence. Unity as the antidote to political violence. But we're not going to erase and rewrite and allow some to reincarnate themselves as victims of what happened.
I now recognize the gentleman from California, Mr. Swalwell, for 5 minutes of questioning.
Violence has never been the answer. And I thank both of you for your service in law enforcement and testifying today. Violence has never been the answer. Not on a certain day in January and not on a day in July. I remember I was 12 years old and my dad, I was on the way to school on a cold day in January, and my dad, who was a cop, stopped me as I was about to leave and he wanted me to watch the television. His guy had just lost a presidential election and some young kid from Arkansas was about to be sworn in as the new president of the United States. My dad was burned. He really liked George Bush. He did not like Bill Clinton. But he told me to stop and watch the television coverage of the inauguration because he said, look at that, son. He said, that's what makes us so special. My guy lost, this guy's getting sworn in, and not a shot has been fired. That's what makes us different. Violence has never been the answer. It's despicable that somebody thought they could take a shot at the former president and change the course of history. We don't know much about the political beliefs of this individual. We know he was a 20-year-old male, registered Republican, gun enthusiast, also had researched the DNC, also had researched President Biden, also had researched Leader Hakeem Jeffries. We don't know what led this madman to try and kill the former president, but it's despicable. And the people who went to that rally deserved to hear, without violence, the candidate that they were supporting. Commissioner Paris, I'm sorry this happened to your community. I'm sorry this happened to the person who died and the persons who've been wounded. I just want to understand, though, because we are a country that is armed to the teeth, how many firearms were within the perimeter, just by a back-of-the-envelope estimate?
The only firearms of which I'm aware that were inside of the perimeter were those in the possession of law enforcement.
And would you estimate that was hundreds or dozens?
I would only feel comfortable not having seen the Secret Service operations plan about the PSP members that were inside of the perimeter.
Okay. How many rounds did the shooter fire before he was killed? Do you know?
I believe that the number is 8. 8 casings have been recovered.
We can't let this ever happen again. We must arm law enforcement and have better security perimeters. But in this country, violence has never been the answer. I yield back.